What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's just Keisha if you're new here, and I post beauty and lifestyle content. If that's something that you're interested in, definitely stick around, join the family, hit the red subscribe button, all that good stuff. If you're not new to the family, I know this video is something that you guys have been waiting for. I've promised it in previous videos, and it is my birthing story. I know I promised a vlog, you guys. I know. It's not supposed to be a story time. It's supposed to be an actual vlog. But the crazy thing about giving birth is that everything is just completely unpredictable. But don't worry, I got y'all with clips. I got y'all with some behind the scenes footage. So you guys will get to kind of be in the moment with me as I share this journey with you guys. No pun intended, because that is my baby girl's name, Journee. So yes, we're gonna jump right into this little story time. I'm gonna give y'all all the tea on what happened with my labor and delivery. First things first, y'all, like my labor and delivery, like my whole pregnancy was just like very annoying. I had did like a story time kind of when I announced my pregnancy. If you guys haven't checked that video out, I'll post it somewhere up here for you guys to check it out. But I kind of went into detail about what was annoying me throughout the pregnancy process and like my doctors and all of that stuff. If you guys have not checked out that video, just to kind of give you like a quick brief summary, pretty much my doctors didn't want me to have a vaginal birth or vaginal delivery because I've already had 2 previous C-sections. They said that I was not eligible for VBAC. VBAC, if you don't know, is a vaginal birth after C-section or cesarean. So they told me that I was not able to do that. So for me, that was kind of like the point of my pregnancy where it was kind of like the most depressing, because I've never had a vaginal birth my entire motherhood. Like all of my kids have been C-sections. So I definitely didn't want to go through getting cut a 3rd time, because for those of you that don't know, when you get a C-section, they're not just cutting like right through your skin. They're cutting through 7 different layers of your body, from your skin to your uterus to the fat. There's like 7 different layers. If I can find them, I'll list them here for you. But to do that 3 times, that means they're cutting me a total of 21 times realistically. So I just didn't want to go through that again, but it was kind of like not something that I had a choice in. My due date was supposed to be Valentine's Day. So Journee was supposed to be a Valentine's Day baby. But they had scheduled my C-section for February 8th. In my head, me being the stubborn person that I am and the firm believer of Christ that I am, I was just like, I'm gonna let my body do what needs to be done. I'm not going to do the C-section. I refuse. I'm not going on the 8th. Plus, I wanted her to be a Pisces, and I wanted her to be born closest to my grandmother's birthday, which is February 21st. So I wanted to hold out, you guys, as long as I possibly could. So, February 7th comes, ironically enough. February 7th comes, and I was just in so much pain. Like, I was literally in so much pain. I could not walk. I couldn't do anything. Like, I was literally in the worst pain ever. And I had already, like, kind of felt like I was gonna go into labor soon. So I went and I did my hair. I got some straight backs. I'm gonna insert clips so you guys could see. But yeah, I went and did my hair. And like February 8th, I was literally, 7th, I was in so much pain. I couldn't do anything. So I called my husband. I'm like, yo, I don't know what's going on. I can't even walk. Like, it feels like she's right there. So, long story short, I ended up just like telling my husband, like, you know, I'm gonna go to the hospital. It's the day before they wanted to take her out anyways. Like, let's just go. So I started like packing the hospital bags and everything. Hey y'all, so today is the 7th of February, and I think it's about that time. So I'm getting ready to pack my hospital bag right now. This is not gonna be like aesthetically pleasing as I wanted it to be, because I never ordered my hospital bag. So we're gonna use a Self-Easy and call it a day, because since it's in pain and we gotta go. So for starters, I'm gonna pack my little hospital slippers in my bag, put that at the bottom, and then I have a Ziploc bag that's basically filled with regular pads, and then these are some nursing pads. I think I'm gonna add a little bit more just in case. Because when I first ever had a kid, no one told me how much milk was gonna leak out of my body. And I had no absolutely no nursing pads. Then I have like a little Ziploc bag of toiletries. So I have like, you could see a wash rack there. My toothbrush, my edge brush, toothpaste, bio oil, you know, regular stuff, edge control, and salt in here as well. To the bottom. I hope everything could fit in here, but we're gonna have to make it work. The things, toiletries that I didn't put in the bag are my oil for my face from License, and then this is for my lips because I'm gonna have access to it at all times, and some hand sanitizer. So those I'm just gonna toss at the top. In terms of clothes, I'm probably just gonna wear what I have on now to come back home, honestly, just because they're gonna put you in a gown right away. So I'm gonna take this off and be in a gown. And so I don't have like a going home outfit. This is gonna be my free home outfit. You guys can't really see, but it's just a white tee and some leggings. Then I have two little nightgowns, some granny panties because we're not trying to mess up our cute ones, and then some socks just because, you know, it'll be cold in the hospital. Stuff that in there. I'm not really going overboard with the packing because, for one, I'm by myself right now. I didn't expect to be by myself when I started having like the pains this morning, but my husband's meeting me at the hospital, so I am going to be carrying my stuff and Journey's stuff. So I'm not trying to go crazy. What if we don't have, and we'll make do what we do have. And yeah. All right, so that's that. And then next we're gonna move on to electronics. So for electronics, I basically am packing this camera with some extra sound. Definitely my AirPods I'm gonna leave out because I'm gonna be listening to music, a charger, my camera because, like I said, I'm vlogging the whole process. This is just like my little thing that I keep all of like my camera accessories in, and that's pretty much it for electronics. And then definitely want to walk with your wallet, have your insurance cards. And then the last thing that I'm going to be packing, I actually have to run downstairs and get it, but it's basically my cookies because I need some milk. But yeah, that's it. That's really all I'm packing in my hospital bag, and then I'm out the door because, like I said, I'm in pain. I mean, I show it right now, but she feels like she's just like about to drop out. So yeah, I'm gonna carry my hospital bag like this and call it a day. So as you guys saw, like I was completely over it. Like I literally was just in so much pain. I didn't even care how I looked. I just wanted to kind of like get to the hospital. Like I wanted to just go to the hospital. So I get to the hospital and I'm telling the doctors like exactly what I'm feeling, what's going on. They're like, oh, you have a C-section scheduled for tomorrow. I'm like, yeah. So in my mind, I'm just like, okay, I'm already here. They're not gonna like send me home in pain and tell me to come back tomorrow. Child, they sent me home in pain.
That was a fail, guys. I've never been so aggravated in my life. I went there in pain and they basically told me that because I am completely closed and I'm not having contractions according to like the little 5-10 minute monitor that they did, I could go home and come back tomorrow at 6 a.m., which was just a complete waste of time. You want me to come back tomorrow at 6 a.m. to get a C-section? I'm just so over it. Like, I hate that they pay attention to their machines more than like what the actual patient is feeling. Like, if I'm telling you I'm in pain, I can barely walk, I can't, and I'm scheduled for a C-section tomorrow, why not just like, you know, I feel like once they realized like I was scheduled for a C-section the next day, they just kind of said, forget it, like just come back tomorrow at 6.
I was so annoyed. So literally I'm getting checked, and this is, let me just kind of like tell y'all about this one doctor. This one doctor, he had, I don't know if y'all ever seen the movie or the series The Good Nurse on Netflix. He was giving those type of vibes. vibes. Like, he was giving those type of vibes. This man did everything wrong from the time that he was dealing with me in the clinic to the time up to even like the day that I went into labor. Like, he did everything wrong. He basically misdiagnosed me with gestational diabetes. Like, prescribed me insulin and everything. Like, can y'all imagine if I went and actually got that insulin from the pharmacy and was like shooting myself up while pregnant and didn't even need it? Like, how do you misdiagnose somebody for diabetes? Like, that was the crazy part. So now I'm in the labor and delivery ward. This is still on the 7th or whatever, the day that I'm having pain, the day before I gave birth. So lo and behold, he walks in and I'm just like, I'm on the phone with my husband, like, it's the same doctor. Like, over it. Like, I was so over it already. So now he's like, oh, you have a C-section scheduled for tomorrow. And I'm like, yeah. And I was like, but I feel like I'm in so much pain. So he checks me and he goes, you're still closed. Mind you, when they're checking to see if you're dilated, they're like basically taking, so the amount of fingers that they push into you, like, this is your cervix, right? And it's closed. And so they're pushing fingers into you to see how open you are. So the more fingers that they put into you, the more open you are, the closer you are to giving birth. So you have to be at least 10 centimeters, well, between 8 and 10 centimeters for them to even consider you ready to push, right? So in my mind, I was just like, I'm here. Like, she feels like she about to fall out. So the first thing he asked me was like if I had a C-section scheduled. So in my mind, I'm just like, oh, you're just basically gonna just shoot me away because I'm already scheduled for tomorrow. Fuck that, I'm in pain, right? That's how I was thinking. Lo and behold, that's exactly what happened. He checked to see if I was dilated and he told me I'm still all the way closed. Mind you, he pushed as far as he could push. I was in so much pain. If you guys have ever given birth or ever been pregnant, y'all know when they check to see how much y'all have been, how dilated you are, it's like the worst pain, the worst feeling ever. So he did that, and in my head I'm just like, he did not check me properly. Like, I want to know, I want to go on YouTube and learn how to check my own cervix because I don't feel closed. I don't feel like she's not down there. I feel like she's trying to come out. But he was just like, my cervix was still completely closed. So in my mind, I'm just like over it. Like, I'm over it. So I was literally there. He said that they were gonna monitor me to make sure I wasn't having any contractions. I knew I was having contractions. This is my 3rd child, right? I knew I was having contractions. I've been having contractions since at home. Like, before any of this even happened, I was having contractions. So for him to look at me in my face, y'all, and tell me that that paper showed I was having no contractions was a bold-faced lie. I don't care what nobody says. That man was lying to me. And let me tell y'all why, right? So my C-section was originally scheduled for 10 a.m., right? For a specific doctor. The doctor that was doing my prenatal care the entire pregnancy for the most part, like once everything got situated, he was my doctor, right? So he told me that my C-section was scheduled for 10 o'clock, but to come 2 hours early. So now this doctor is like, oh,
you can come for 6 a.m.
I'm like, but I already have a scheduled time. And he was like, well,
there's another C-section ahead of you, so you could probably come early.
I'm like, but if my C-section was already scheduled, why do I need to come early? And he was like, because
I don't want you to have to wait.
So me being me, I did not go to no C-section at 6 o'clock because my doctor that I see on a regular told me that my C-section was scheduled for 10 a.m. I ended up just going the next day rather than trying to stick it out because I wasn't already in pain. So I was like, let me just go and take her out. She's healthy. She's like, just take her out. Like, at this point, I'm done being stubborn. Like, as much as I wanted to push, like, I was already in so much pain. The doctor was already telling me like I'm closed. So it was just like so much things. Like, you know, as a mom, you don't want to make the wrong decision, but you don't want to like feel like you're being forced into decisions as well. And so that's where I was conflicted with. Like, I felt like I was literally being forced into a situation, into making a decision, and I at that point just didn't want to deal with either. I didn't want to feel like I was doing the right thing or being forced. Like, just take her out so I could take my baby home and go. That's where I was at with it. So yeah, so now we're in the hospital, right? and I'm gonna insert clips. Like, my husband is just trying to make light of things because we got there with enough time, paid for parking and everything, got there with enough time, and there was C-sections before me. Why? I don't know. Like, what's the point of scheduling my C-section if I'm still gonna be sitting there? I was getting frustrated, you guys. I was so frustrated. You guys are gonna see in the clips that I'm gonna insert here.
Too late now, girl. Let me see. Show me what you just put in your bag. Because this is ridiculous. Don't.
There you go. It's probably gonna be like another hour or so before she goes.
Yeah, we'll give it about an hour. You have to do all the labs and everything.
Okay.
And send things down.
Catching him on camera trying to steal out the hospital. That's the last one.
Different.
Babe, you're gonna get us in trouble.
It's like cream.
Yeah. He's stealing baby hats, y'all. But they say when you come to the hospital, you just take advantage of all the free stuff. Somebody should. Oh, was it? So it is currently tired 12:38 and we're still pregnant. The doctors said that I was going to be scheduled for my C-section at 10 and then let somebody else go before me. And apparently the operating room was being cleaned out, but there was a whole C-section taking place. So we still here, hungry. My husband is playing video games on his iPad. Say hi. But yeah, so Journee's still in here. They're monitoring her on that. And I'm just annoyed because I can't eat nothing before I have the C-section. And I can't, they told me after the C-section, I can only eat ice chips. But yeah, it's not really too much going on. So I guess we'll see y'all after baby comes. I don't know. I doubt I can record leading up to it. But if I can, I'll throw some footage in this vlog for y'all. Yeah, so I was so frustrated, right? And so the same doctor, you guys, like I'm telling y'all, he was like the doctor from The Good Nurse. The same doctor comes in and he's like,
We're waiting for you at 6.
and I'm like, but my C-section was scheduled for 10 a.m. And he was like,
Well, you know, I told you to come at 6 a.m.
mind you, he's a resident. I don't want to offend any nurse people that may be watching, but I think he was like in training or something. I'm not sure. I don't know what the correct terminology is, and I'm not trying to down anybody, but he was still like learning. So I was just like, well, my doctor told me to come for 10 a.m. So he was kind of annoyed at the fact that, you know, that I didn't come when he told me to come, and that I stuck with what my doctor told me to do. And let me just give you guys this too, like that hospital is a teaching hospital, so I'm under the impression now that maybe he wanted to take on doing the C-section or learn how to do the C-section. I don't know, but why me? Like, why me? There's so many people that was giving birth. Why me? So now it gets better. So now they have to COVID test me, right? So of course it's him doing the COVID test. This man did my COVID test 2 times, and both times they came back inconclusive. How do you mess up a COVID test? How do you mess up a COVID test? That's how I know, like, from jump, like, he was just fucking me over. Like, I probably was 8 centimeters dilated. I probably was ready to push, and he sent me home. I don't believe nothing that man said, and I wish I would have asked for a second opinion each time. But like, sometimes when you're pregnant and you're over it, you just don't even want to deal with nothing. And that's like literally where I was at with it. Like, I was just really like, just get her out so I don't have to deal with y'all no more. Like, just take her out of me, right? So another doctor comes, and he's like, so I'm thinking the whole time that the COVID test was good. They're telling me that the reason why it's taking so long for me to go back is because my COVID test. I'm like, I did 2 already. So another doctor comes, he's like, yeah, those 2 were inconclusive, so I'm gonna do it. And he's like, I know that it's not gonna come back inconclusive because I'm doing it. So I was like, okay, cool. Literally within like 10 minutes, he came back. He was like, your test came back negative. We're gonna go set you up so that you could start doing the C-section or whatever. So the doctors started like, the nurses started like coming in, prepping me or whatever. They gave me a little net to put on my head, some nasty stuff to drink, which I'll insert the clip here. I don't know what it was for. I can't remember, but it was so nasty, and they gave me 2 cups to drink. It was disgusting.
Ooh. Ooh. Dang.
It's like brand new.
Where?
And yeah, so they told my husband that he has to wait a little bit because they basically had to kind of like prep me, and then they were gonna allow him to come in. So now when you guys are doing, you guys may not know, like when you're getting a C-section, you are awake. You're just kind of like numb. So they don't give you, I don't know if it's an epidural, but it feels like it is epidural. I've had epidural twice before, and basically what the anesthesiologist, basically what she did was put something in my back to kind of numb me from the waist down. So although I didn't feel like any pain, I felt like the tugging, I felt like, you know, them doing stuff, which kind of like messed me up mentally, because it's like I could feel y'all cutting without feeling y'all cutting. I could feel y'all opening me without feeling, like, I don't know how to explain it. It was just a weird feeling, and then I was up at the same time. So my husband, he was kind of like out for majority of that part because obviously they had to do what they had to do. And closer to when they were taking Journee out was when he came in. And when he came in, I was kind of like relieved because it's a teaching hospital. So while they're cutting into me, they're teaching students. And I'm just like, bro, like how are y'all doing this to me right now? Like, am I literally a guinea pig? Like, they're literally cutting into me and teaching at the same time. I'm hearing them talking like, oh, you do this, you do that, you do this. And I'm just like, are y'all fucking serious? Like, are y'all serious? The anesthesiologist was, shout out to her, she was a Black lady, and she literally was holding it down. She made sure she told them, like, she had keloid skin, so make sure y'all use this, make sure y'all do that. She was asking me if I was okay. The only thing that I wish she would have said sooner was that we could take pictures, because with my C-sections, you know, I've always seen people take pictures when they have C-sections, but I didn't know that was allowed. And I didn't even think to ask, because at the time I was just like in, you know, labor mode. Like, I just wanted to get baby out. I wasn't thinking about pictures and content. I just was in that mode of giving birth. So I wish she would have said that sooner, but it is okay. So yeah, she was holding it down while they was using me as a guinea pig. And so they took Journee out, and she was just like the cutest little baby ever. She's still the cutest little baby ever. She's so tiny. Came out 6 pounds 4 ounces, 18 inches long, and she was like the tiniest little thing with a bunch of hair. Like, she had hair all on her forehead. Like, it was like you can even differentiate her forehead, her eyebrows from the hair on her forehead. Like, it was just so cute, and she was just so tiny, and I was just like there looking at her. So then after a while, they had to like stitch me up, and that stressed me out because my husband, he had to leave. They took Journee to give her like a bath and stuff like that. But that part stressed me out, y'all, because like I said, I was being used as a guinea pig. It took them forever to stitch me up, like forever. And then the one thing about my C-section scar is it's a bikini line C-section scar, so no one's gonna see it. I love that. And my last 2 C-sections, the scar has been like perfect. For me to have keloid skin, it's always been so flat, right? So flat. So now they're doing my they're doing my stitching, and I'm hearing the doctor, like the main doctor, the teacher doctor, leave. So I'm like, what the fuck? Where he going? Who's doing this? And like, I want my scar to be the same way. Like, I want my scar to be the exact same way. Where is he going? Someone call him back? The students, or I don't know, like I said, the right terminology for when a doctor is in training, the attendee, I'm not sure, but they were the ones that were stitching me up, and the one that was learning from the main doctor was teaching another doctor. So I was like, yo, nah, get me out of here. It took forever. Like with Jaelynn, they stitched me up so quick. With Julez, so quick. It took forever. Like to the point where my husband was asking if everything was okay, because it was taking them forever to stitch me back up. I was so frustrated. I literally felt like I was in there, and that literally explains why I waited so long in the first place to get my C-section, because every single C-section I went back there was a learning opportunity, and I just happened to fall into the path of a learning opportunity. That's literally why it took me so long to even go back there. And I know damn COVID tests, they were full of shit. So yeah, my birthing experience was just like one for the books. Like, I wish I would have experienced like the laboring and I mean, I did experience some contractions, but it wasn't like, you know, the screaming and stuff like that. Like, I am all for an experience. I feel like you only get to experience things once in a lifetime, and it was a bummer that I didn't get to push any of my pregnancies. And if I was to ever get pregnant again, it would be the same situation, like another C-section. And every time you get a C-section, it's riskier and riskier and riskier for the mom, because they're cutting the same 7 layers over and over and over again. They're weakening the uterus because they're cutting into it so many times. So it's like, no one wants that. If I wanted more kids, I have to think about that. Like, it's just kind of, you know. But like I said, it's always God's plan, never mind. I feel like if I was ever in a situation where I was having more kids, he would carry me through it. But yeah, I definitely wish I had that experience. And then, so now we're into the recovery part of it. I've always like recovered really well from my C-sections. I've never had like issues with it. Obviously, like the main thing would be like walking around and like stuff like that, but for the most part, I've never really had an issue with that. Like, I've always, like with Jaelynn, literally after having a C-section, I was up walking around to the nursery giving her breast milk. Julez, I was desperate to get out the hospital, so I made sure I showed them like I could walk around. Do y'all want me to do a backflip? Like, I'm ready to go. And now this time around with Journee, they don't even keep you in the hospital that long, because during COVID they had like decreased the amount of time. So as long as you were good and you're healing fine, you didn't have like any infection, stuff like that, baby was good, they passed all the tests, then they send you home in like 2 days. So I didn't have to like beg to leave. They basically was like, you good, go, which was fine with me. I did not mind it at all. Hey guys, so let me give you guys a quick little update on what the last couple days have been like. Hold on. She's ready to eat. Hold on, mama. Okay, I'm sorry. There's like so many babies on this floor. I don't know if you guys could hear the baby in the next room kind of crying. That baby cried a lot, child. A lot. Like, my baby is a good baby. She don't cry, but when she's hungry and when she needs a diaper change, so far. But the baby next door, my God. Journee was born at 3:29 p.m. February 8th. She's like the most sweetest little baby ever. She's so quiet. She's like literally an angel baby. She doesn't fuss unless she's literally hungry, or she was a little gassy when she was first born, so that was kind of making her fussy. It's like her diaper is wet, but literally she's an angel baby. But yeah, so I'm supposed to be going home tomorrow, God willing. I'm pretty, you know, good in terms of like standing up, walking around. Got my little pajamas on. I still look pregnant. But yeah, I've been walking around, so they said that I should be able to go home tomorrow if everything is good. But yeah, my husband just left me because he had to go get Jaelynn and Julez from school and kind of just spend some time with them. But he'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully we'll be going home tomorrow and out of this hospital, because I cannot wait to just be in my own bed. I look a hot mess. I'm gonna wash my hair. Like, something about just being in a hospital just makes me feel like I want to wash my hair. I want to just relax. I've been struggling, y'all, with breastfeeding. She's gotten it, but trying to get her to like really, really latch has been a struggle. But I'm happy to say that I am producing some type of milk. They said that I have to continue to try to at least pump every 2 hours so that the milk, like my nipples could stimulate the milk. And it has been, it's just not as much as she really needs to not be hungry. And I've been eating my cookies that I showed you guys that I got. I just had a pack not too long ago. So hopefully the breastfeeding works out. But yeah, so I'm just here. Every 5 minutes, a doctor's knocking on the door asking me to come in. But yeah, I was saying like I can't wait to like just go home and just be in my own home, take a shower, take these braids out, wash my hair, and just feel cozy and comfy in my own home. So I'm about to probably just get back in this bed and watch some Netflix. Because ain't nothing else to do, and probably wake her up soon to feed her, and hopefully I can go home tomorrow because don't nobody want to be here, and I'll give you guys like some content, my day in the life as a mommy of 3 or something, like, keep it entertaining, keep it spicy for y'all, because I feel like y'all are really enjoying the pregnancy content. But yeah, so I'll keep you guys posted, let you guys know if I'm going home tomorrow. And yeah, see y'all. Insert a little picture of the food. This was supposed to be, I think it was supposed to be an omelet and whatever, I don't know, but I was ready to go. Do y'all see this? Like, I was ready to go. But yeah, so recovery was a breeze. Like, it was a breeze. When I got home, it was easy. I think the only thing that kind of like made me annoyed was, all in all, they did kind of stitch me up kind of like a weird ass way. Like, part of my scar is flat and then part of my scar is raised, and then it's like when they're stitching you, it's like, imagine you're sewing like a shirt, where you tie the knot to end your stitch. It's like they pulled it so tight that you can kind of like see, like, I'm not explaining, like my skin was kind of like over the stitch in a sense, like my skin was growing over it, and I just didn't like that. So when I did have my follow-up with my doctor recently, I told her about it, and she kind of told me like, sometimes it's the way the skin is like swelling underneath, and to just kind of like massage it while you're in the shower. And since I've been doing that, I won't lie, it has been going down. So I think I just have to give my body like some time to heal properly. But I didn't like the way that they stitched me. Like, I'm real particular when it comes to my body, especially when it comes to scarring. I've never wanted like no type of scars on my body. And even if it's one that you can't see, if there was nothing wrong with it before, then it needs to be nothing wrong with it when you're done. Like, just follow the line. Literally, just trace over the line with your knife and stitch over the line with your sewing or kit or whatever they use. Like, but other than that, I was fine. Another big thing for me this pregnancy was breastfeeding. Like with Julez, I didn't get any milk. With Journee, my milk supply started off really, really low. I had to build it up, but now it's back to where it once was. And it's kind of like a struggle to like keep the momentum of it flowing because she is a fat baby. Like, she is so greedy. She was drinking 4 ounces, maybe. She's not even 2 months yet, and she's drinking 4 ounces. And now we're at a point where she cries for more. So like, on an average pump, I'm only getting 5 ounces of pump from each breast combined, when before I was getting 4 ounces each breast. So it's like, I'm not fulfilling her demand. Like, the supply demand, they're not meeting. So right now, unfortunately, I have to kind of like supplement with formula where need be. But for the most part, she's still drinking the breast milk. The only time I have to really give her formula is like in the middle of the night. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. She's doing a really, really good. You guys, I know, have seen her like a little glimpse of her here and there in some of my past or previous vlogs. I'm not ready to put her fully on camera yet. We are going to be christening her and dedicating her really soon. So hopefully once that's done, you guys will get an official meet and greet with Journee, baby Journee. She's like the most precious little baby ever. She has so much personality. She's actually about to wake up, so I'm going to wrap this video up here. So like I said, Journee woke up or she's trying to wake up, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up now. Definitely, if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to join the family, hit the red subscribe button, and I will see you guys in my next video really, really soon. Bye guys.